Hi, in today's session we'll see what is list in Python and how to access the list elements, and also we'll see some of the methods of Python. So in general, list is a sequence data type and it is used to store the collection of data. So where a single variable can hold different values of same type or different data type. And if you see this example, right, a value 45 has been assigned to ID, a integer number like only one variable it is able to store like ID and name. So if you print here ID and I'm printing name also. So this is of a string type and this is of string, this is of integer type and this is of string type. So only a variable can hold only a single value. But what if we need to store both the values in a single variable? So in that case, like we need to go for list. So where if you see this example, right, like player details, and we can assign both ID and name to a single variable called player details. And if you see the type, right, this is an integer and Rohit. How do we call this as a list? So anything between the square brackets that will be tagged to that will be called as a list. So multiple values can be assigned here. So if we print these two values, it's a variable name, and in the square brackets I'm putting values like 45 and Rohit. And if I print here, you can see like two values are assigned to a list variable. But what do we need that? If you take this example, right, I'm having three variables, then I'm having three values. For each variable, I'm giving a different variable name, ID1, ID2, and ID3. So instead of this, right, instead of assigning multiple variables to different values, instead of creating multiple variables, we can just go with a single variable. So in the first two examples, like we have different values, different variables assigned to different values. So from this, I'm just creating a single variable called list. Then I'm assigning all three values. If I print here, see all three variable using a single variable, I'm able to access all the three elements. And if I see the type of, if I print the type of this, so you can see this is a list type. Okay, how do we create list? So using square brackets, as you've seen in the example, just open the square brackets and any values you put in the comma separated values will be like appended to the variable name. And how do we create the empty list? So this is example of empty list. So here name is a variable name and this is I'm not putting anything. So this is called an empty list. So I'm not getting any error. And now the lists are created. Now, okay, the list is created. Now we need to see how to access the list elements. If you take this example, right? So all three elements are getting printed. Like how do we access the specific element? So in indexes, to access a specific element, we have an index number. So if you see each element in a list is associated with a number that is known as index. So if you take this example, a variable name is teams and I'm assigning three values and the index number are like 0, 1, 2. To print index of teams 1, this is of 1. In list, right, the values are assigning index number using 0, RCB will be like 0, index number 0, index number 1 and index number 2. And if I print here, you can see like RCB, CSK and Mumbai, all three teams are getting printed using the list. So to access the first element, you can go with index number. If you just print teams without any index number, it will print all the values. All the values are getting printed. To access the specific element, just go with the index number. So again, for accessing the element, right, here we are accessing using the positive numbers. So what if we need to access using we can also access using the index negative numbers. So the negative numbers will be, so this will be like 0 in case of positive number, and this will be 2 and minus 3, minus 2. So this is called negative reverse ranging. If I want to access Mumbai element using the negative indexing, then I can go for -1 here. So the last output should be Mumbai. And if I want to print CSK, -2. So that is called negative indexing. So we saw positive index and negative index, and also we can access the list of elements using the range of indexes, like using the range. I'll take one more example. And if you see here, as we saw the index numbers, we start from 0, 1, 2, 3 and 4. And if you see the first print statement, right, I need to access display the elements starting from index number 2, inclusive of 2 until 4. So here RCB is 0, CSK is 1, and Mumbai is 2. So print from Mumbai till 4, like 2, 3. So when we tell 4, right, 4 will be exclusive. It will not include that value. So you can see 0, 1 to Mumbai, and DC are getting printed. And if you see this example, right, if you're not specifying anything, this will consider as 0. You can see this example 0, and the output would be almost same. If you're not specifying anything, it will be 0. So what it will do, take any element starting from 0, 0, 1, 2, and 3 up to 3. So the starting number will be always inclusive and the last number will be exclusive. It will be not considered. And similarly, in the last example, print all the elements starting from 2, which means 0, 1, Mumbai, till the end. So not specifying anything, it will take the last number. So the output would be Mumbai, DC, and SRH. So we saw positive index, negative index, and range of indexes. And similarly, how we saw negative indexing, we can also using the negative number for range of indexes. So if I print the last one using negative indexes, so just the output. So -1, it will be excluded. So it will print -1, -2, -3, and -4. So it will start from CSK and it will print till DC. So CSK. So we saw how to access the list elements, that is with the help of indexing. And we'll see some of the characteristics of list. So these are like frequently asked interview questions. So list is an ordered one. Why it is ordered? Because when you create a list, the elements what you print, right, it is a display, it is being printed in the order. So the order is not changed, which means it's ordered. So here we see the RCBs first, CSK second, and Mumbai and DC. The same order is getting printed. So it is ordered one. Mutable means, okay, mutable means it's changeable. So now the list is created. We can modify the list and also we can change the ordering and allow duplicates. Can there? Yes, it can allow duplicates. Now I can just put again RCB here. So you can see it is allowing duplicates. So it is ordered, it can be changed, so mutable or changeable. You can call it as changeable. Okay. So why it is mutable, changeable, I'll show you in this example. Okay, here in the first element, right, we have RCB, and I want to change that RCB to Royal Challengers Bangalore. I just take teams, and teams of 0 is equal to, okay, I want to change the value. I'll just put 0 here. So in the first place, instead of RCB, I will just put before and after so that you can compare the results. In first place, you have RCB. Then instead of RCB, I'm just changing the value from RCB to Royal Challengers Bangalore. So the second output, you can see the output, right? So that you can change the value, which means like mutable items can be changed after creation. In the first place, the list was created. Then with the help of indexing, I'm changing it. So list is changeable. The second thing is, again here we can change, since the indexing plays a very powerful role here, we can also change the values using the help of indexing also. So what it will do, right, here we have RCB, this is the first element, change values from from 1. So CSK will be replaced from to DC. So here CSK and MI will be replaced. Then this output. So here replace 1, 0, 1. 1 is CSK, replace CSK with DC, and the 2 is Mumbai, 2 with the GT. And then if there are any extra elements, it will just append, and SRH and KRK will be moved to next order. See here, I'm just replacing CSK and Mumbai. Instead of Mumbai and CSK and Mumbai, the replace value is DC and GT. And here we have an extra value like Punjab, that is also getting added, and remaining values are getting shifted to the next item. See, if you insert more items than you replace, a new item will be inserted where you specified, and the remaining items will be moved accordingly. Similarly, if you have less, if you insert less items than you replace, the new items will be inserted where you specified, and the remaining items will move accordingly. So we'll see this example. So I'm just trying to replace from CSK until the last element, but I'm not specifying all the 5 values. Only I'm trying to replace the DC. So the remaining values are getting moved out. So we saw how to change the list elements. Now we'll see how to add the list elements. Now a list is created. If I want to insert a value, a list is created, and if I want to add an element using the append method, I can add the element. Just put teams.append and just put DC. It will get added at the last. See, DC is getting appended. So if I append one more value like Punjab, see, DC is getting, so append method will add the values at the last. If you need to insert in specific indexing, then you can go for the insert method. So insert method will insert an item at a specified index, where the append method will add the elements at the last. Now we saw how to add the element. Now we'll see how to remove that. So here I want to just remove. I want to remove the SRH. Append is used to add at the last, and remove will remove the element. So you can see SRH is getting removed. And also we can use the pop method to remove. Okay, so using pop method, again pop uses indexing instead of the values. It uses index to remove the values. So pop like 0, 1 and 2. It will remove Mumbai from the teams from the list. Let's try with a variable like, okay. So this pop method, right, it takes only the integer. It will not take the variables like append or remove. And one more thing, if you're not specifying the index, the pop method will remove the last element. So we'll just try that. I'm just removing 3 so that KCAR should get removed. You can see KCAR is getting removed. And finally, we'll see the delete keyword. So it's trying to delete the first element. So we can remove the element using the remove, pop and delete method. To add, we have insert and append. And finally, we'll see how to clear the list element. So when you clear, that will become an empty list. So you can just use the clear method. So again, just to recap, so we saw what is list and how to access the list element and how to create the list. And to access list element, we are accessing with the help of indexing. And again, in indexing, we have two types like positive and negative. And also we can access the values using the range of indexes. Then some of the characteristics of list are like it's an ordered, mutable, and it allows duplicates. This will be asked in interview questions. Just remember this one. And also they'll ask you the difference between remove and pop and what is insert and append. So these are some of the frequently asked interview questions. So next video we'll see what is tuple in Python. Thank you.